You most likely have seen videos or streams of Sifu, or just heard word of it recently due to its moderately successful launch. But what is the game? Is it as hard as people say it is? Is it worth the $40 price point? I'm here to help you get the answers to those questions as someone who's played the game. Granted, I've only played it for about 15 to 20 hours at this point, but so far I haven't hated it, so let's talk about it. First, let's look at the creators of Sifu, Sloclap. They're a relatively young independent gaming studio that was founded in Paris in 2015. The first project was called Absolver, which was a martial arts themed online action fighting game. It was released August 29th, 2017 on PC and PS4, and then in January of 2019 for Xbox One. And I personally never played it. But watching the gameplay, I see a huge resemblance to Sifu, which of course is the game we will be talking about. Now, according to Absolver's website, the game sold over 300,000 copies and had over 1 million people try the game through Game Pass and PlayStation Plus Game of the Month, which may not seem like much compared to some gaming giants. For a first game from an independent studio, that's not too bad. Sifu was first announced in February of 2021, but started development in 2019. Or, I assume 2019 or 2018, based on the Sifu website stating, the Sloclap team has been working hard for the past 2 years, and we are all very proud to announce Sifu, our new game, coming to PS4 and PS5 in 2022. They initially wanted to release the game in 2021, but was delayed to the following year so they could polish the game more and avoid overworking the team, which is respectable. I'm all for game delays if it means the finished product is playable and polished. I'm looking at you, Cyberpunk. Now, Sifu officially released on February 8th, 2022 on PS4, PS5, and PC via the Epic Games Store, and has a plan for a physical release on May 3rd of 2022. There isn't really any news about an Xbox or Steam release, as the developers stated they are solely focusing on the PlayStation and PC version of the game for the time being. But hey, Absolver was released on Xbox eventually, so I don't see why Sifu wouldn't have the same type of treatment, considering the game already has over 500,000 sales, and that was 3 days after the game released, so it just takes time. And okay, before we actually talk about any gameplay, I want to quickly point out how much dedication the Sloclap team has actually put into Sifu. The combat in the game is based on the Bak Mei fighting style. To help ensure the game was authentic as possible, they consulted Benjamin Calusi, who's a Bak Mei Kung Fu master. You can see they're working some videos on YouTube, and the amount of authentic Kung Fu moves that were brought into the game from Master Calusi, it's really impressive. Even on top of that, the team at Sloclap partnered with director Christopher Clark Cohen, that's a name to say, to bring Sifu a live-action movie. It's only 10 minutes long to really advertise the game, but it's still a very good watch. I just love seeing this amount of dedication they put into a masterful game to make the experience as authentic as possible. Okay, now you know the development of the game and the people behind it, but what is this game? What are the mechanics? Is it tough? So many questions you can ask. The story is rather simple. A gang of 5 martial artists attack a martial arts school for knowledge and end up killing everyone, including the Sifu, which commonly means master. And you play as the Sifu's son or daughter, depending on what character model you want. It really does not matter. And you go through each level doing Bak Mei combat against enemies, and every level ends with a boss, one of the gang members. What really makes Sifu stand out is the roguelike aspects and the dying mechanic. Of course, the smooth fighting with actual martial arts moves and maneuvers stands out, but you've already seen that in the gameplay. At a first glance, the dying mechanic and experience upgrades can seem confusing, but don't worry, I'm here to help explain it. I'm a community college dropout. I think I'm qualified to teach you this. Okay, so you ready? You start the game out at age 20, and every time you die, you go up in age or more depending on what number this skull at the top is at. The more times you die in a row, the higher the skull gets. And once you die anytime over the age of 70, it's game over. Okay, hey, Mr. Teacher, Streamer, YouTuber man's voice I'm listening to. Where's the roguelike aspect? Great question, little Billy. You see, after each time you die, you can choose to unlock certain moves for your character. If you don't have it permanently unlocked, you need to spend XP to unlock it for that run. But if you choose to unlock it even more after buying it once, you will eventually permanently unlock it. But you have to be careful, with some moves you can only unlock at a certain age. Yeah, I don't see a 70-year-old man just learning how to do a slide knockdown. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay, now those are the moves. Let's talk about the upgrades for each run. Each level has a few dragon statues that you can stop at, and you can choose which upgrade you want from it. There's 3 upgrade currencies per se, and that's age, level score, and XP. They should be pretty self-explanatory. Each dragon statue lets you upgrade one thing, and those upgrades don't stay if you start a new run. And yeah, that's basically it. But okay, there's also one more small confusing thing about the game, and if you think I did a good job explaining that last thing, well, this next thing will be easy. You ready? Okay, you can choose to start any level once you unlock it, but you will start that level at the youngest age you've gotten there previously. For example, the first time I finally made it to the last level of the game, I was 59 years old. Not too good. I died, of course, and was sent back to our hideout. I could choose to go back to that level at age 59, or I could go back to level 4 where I was like age 46 or something, or go back to level 1 at age 20. The game wants you to go back through the levels to get better and unlock more moves permanently. And don't worry, each level has shortcuts once you collect certain items from later levels, so you don't need to go through every single fight. The shortcuts save a lot of time. And that's basically what the game is, and now it's time for everyone's favorite thing:
my own opinion on the game.
Okay, this game is freaking tough. These boss fights all require precise parrying and dodging and being able to read their moves and determine when the right time to attack is and what moves to use. Make sure you try to memorize as many combos as you can, and I found myself getting my butt kicked. Luckily, I saw a lot of improvement the more I played. Was it me unlocking skills permanently or me just getting better? Who knows, but I was able to beat the first level without dying once. So that's nice. I finally found something to put on my tombstone. Okay, besides me getting my kicked, the gameplay in combat for Sifu is just so satisfying to master, and I'm not even good at it. Running through multiple enemies, dodging and weaving and knocking people out makes you feel like a total bad. I really don't have a lot of negative things to say about this game, really, besides maybe the camera can be a little wonky sometimes, but it doesn't ruin the experience too much. Except when you're fighting 5 people and the camera just gets stuck and you can't see and you end up dying to an enemy that shouldn't have killed you and you just yeah. Sifu is a masterful fight and roguelike game that honestly is early contention for Game of the Year for 2022, in my eyes. 2022 has a lot of pretty great games coming out throughout the months, and I'm glad Sifu caught my eye, as I had no idea this game even existed until one day before it was released. The team at Sloclap is hard at work with updating the game consistently to make it as bug-free as possible and enhance the experience. I didn't really have any problems with bugs, and I view the $40 purchase well worth it. I would love to see the game on all platforms and hope nothing but success for it. Thanks for watching this thing about Sifu. Oh, and yeah, sub if you like the video. I just love playing video games and making videos on the ones that catch my eye, so thanks for watching and supporting. I'll see you next time.